Moshe Rabbeinu comes to Paro to warn him of the 8th Makkah, the Makkah of locusts. And he says to him that if you don't let Klal Yisrael leave Mitzrayim, the Makkah of locusts will come upon you. Then the Pasuk says, Vayifen vayetze miyem Paro. And Moshe Rabbeinu left straight away from Paro. And then Paro turns around to Moshe Rabbeinu and he starts to negotiate with him, and he asks him, who will be leaving? Now there's two questions on this. Number one is, why did the Pasuk say Vayifen vayetze miyem Paro? Why did he leave straight away? Why did Moshe Rabbeinu not stick around to negotiate a bit? And the second question is, why all of a sudden, Paro had already been through 7 Makkahs. How come by this Makkah, by this warning, all of a sudden he starts to bend a bit, he starts to negotiate, and he asks Moshe Rabbeinu which ones will be leaving? In order to answer this, we need to ask ourselves another question. When Hashem told Moshe Rabbeinu to go and warn Paro about the Makkah, he says to him, I've hardened Paro's heart. So what was the point in Moshe Rabbeinu going? If Paro's heart was hardened, then obviously he's not going to let the Yidden leave. So what was the point in Moshe Rabbeinu going to warn Paro? The answer to this question will answer all our questions. Yes, there wasn't much point in going to Paro. This was to teach us a lesson, that even when it doesn't make sense what Hashem tells us to do, we still have to do it. And that's what Moshe Rabbeinu taught us. It didn't make sense to go to Paro. Paro's heart was hardened, but he still went because it's what Hashem asked him to do. This answers the question why he left straight away, because there wasn't much point to negotiate because Hashem told him his heart was hardened. So he did what he needed to do, and then he left. This answers our final question as well, that Paro all of a sudden started to change his mind, and he started to bend and to negotiate with Moshe Rabbeinu. This was when a person relies on Hashem 100%, even if it does make sense, and he does Hashem's will, and even stubborn Paro can change his mind and start thinking about letting the Yidden leave Mitzrayim. So what we can learn from this week's Sedra, Moshe Rabbeinu, is to always listen to Hashem, even if it doesn't make sense to us. And if we do this, amazing things can happen. You should all have an amazing Shabbos.